Our road trip adventure through Yukon and Alaska continues. We're visiting a micro-desert in Carcross, crossing the Yukon Suspension Bridge.
The water is right under my feet. Oh my god, it's freaky!
And dealing with a water leak in our SUV tiny camper.
Let's check out the adorable town of Carcross, Yukon. It used to be called Caribou Crossing, and then it shortened its name to Carcross. This is a super neat little area filled with lots of arts and crafts places and other little tiny shops. I'm pretty excited about this place.
Yeah, so you're saying floral and sweet.
Yes.
This is the Duchess. She had a partner named Duke, and they used to haul coal in the late 1800s.
We're gonna go check out the Carcross General Store and also do a bit of a walking tour to check out some of the old cabins. We're also told there's a beach, so we're gonna check that out. We're just not sure when the beach is ever really used because it's the middle of July right now and I've got my winter jacket on. I feel like we should get these socks so that we match our buffalo check decor when we're sitting in our micro camper.
So I think the story goes that when the current owners took over this place sometime in the 90s, they found original silk hat boxes and stuff from like when the store was originally opened in the 20s.
It's a little too cold and windy to swim today and enjoy the beach, but the mountains surrounding the water are stunning. And since we can't sunbathe today, we're gonna check out the bridge instead. If you've been watching our channel, you know I love bridges. This one is a simple solid wooden bridge that apparently is used by locals for fishing. The last major thing we're going to check out here in Carcross is the micro-desert. It's not technically a desert because it gets too much rain, but apparently it has lots of sand dunes. It might look like a desert, but we're not in a hot, arid climate. These sand dunes are actually the result of a glacial process. Some nights we boondock at a rest area along the highway, and other nights we get free camping at amazing spots like this. Our water jug managed to crack at the bottom. We're not sure how, but we think maybe it happened when we were on one of the logging roads, and the water came out and went everywhere. We've taken the whole kitchen area out of the trunk, and now we're just going to try and let things dry. Chris is actually even trying to lift up the carpet so that hopefully things will dry even faster.
My problem is the carpet in the bottom of the undertrunk is soaked, and I can't get it out because there's two clips on either side, and I'm trying to figure out how to remove them. Oh, got it free. These little black clips go underneath the body of the car, so we had to squeeze the tabs on them from the bottom of the car.
Our plan is to put everything back in the undertrunk except for the carpet, get the kitchen back all set up so that we can sleep tonight, so that we can cook our stuff and that we don't have everything strewn outside the vehicle. And the only thing we won't put back is the carpet. And then once the carpet is dry, hopefully in the morning, we can then put everything back the way it should be. I'm hoping that between this wind and the sunshine, the carpet dries really quickly. The carpet is mostly dry and we don't really have anywhere else to keep it, so we're gonna put it back. Getting this carpet back in is no easy task. It's almost like they didn't want us taking it out or something. The carpet is finally back in. We're just constantly amazed with the kindness of other campers and people that we meet on the road. Yesterday when one of the guys who's camping down here saw Chris trying to dry out the carpet, he asked him if he needed anything and offered to help with some tools or whatever we needed. And then we met the couple from Hanging with Herkies. They were camping just over here. And when we saw them, they also asked if we needed any help, offered us some water because we had obviously lost a bunch. And they were just overall great to talk to as well. It's so awesome to meet like-minded people on the road, people who get that money isn't everything, and it's really about living your life, living a little bit frugally so that you can afford to do things like this. That was quite the adventure, dealing with the water leak and the wet carpet, but it seems to be sorted now. Everything is back where it should be, and we're heading to the Yukon Suspension Bridge.
So the only problem is we still don't have a jug, and we normally get them at Walmart or Canadian Tire, and those are all back there, and I don't think there's any down here. I was thinking of trying some epoxy or something to make it work for a while.
Chris and I just decided, because we heard from so many people that the drive from Haines to Haines Junction is so beautiful, that when we get to Skagway we should get on a ferry to Haines and then drive the long way around back to Whitehorse. And we weren't sure what the ferries looked like and if there was enough room on them, and the people here were very nice and they let us use their computer to be able to make the bookings, because if you've ever come out here before, you know there is no internet. The satellite is the only thing that's available, and so we couldn't even do the bookings on our phones, but they were really nice, let us use our their computers. And so we now have our ferry booked on Sunday morning from Skagway to Haines. We're going to put the vehicle on the ferry as well. And now we get to check out the beautiful Yukon Suspension Bridge. In the year 1896, this area only had about 5,000 inhabitants. And then the Klondike Gold Rush happened, and this area exploded to over 100,000 people. Here we go. This is so cool and so freaky. The water is right under my feet. Oh my God, it's freaky. Chris is over there. He hasn't even gotten on the bridge yet because he's still reading all about Yukon history. But I couldn't wait to get on here.
Can you get the bridge in the background?
Yeah. Behind me is a replica of the food cache that the pioneers would have used, because keeping your food safe from bears was a thing even back then.
Em, did you look inside?
The traditional Inukshuk became really popular when Vancouver used it as its symbol for the 2010 Winter Olympic Games. Inukshuks were put out by native people as a method of navigation. Each Inukshuk has a window, and so if you look out through the window, you might see a good fishing spot or a place to hunt caribou.
I not only recommend this place because the people are super nice, but the bridge is really cool. Emma is scared, and the exhibits all around are really great. So I think this place is awesome.
And that's our time on the adrenaline-pumping Yukon Suspension Bridge, the Carcross sand dunes, and drying out our tiny camper after a water leak. Next up, we're heading to Skagway, Alaska, then taking the ferry over to Haines.